You're scrolling through other women's lives at 1 a.m., wondering when you'll finally start living yours. That gnawing sensation that you're meant for more, the voice that whispers, "This isn't it," while you smile through another day of doing all the right things and feeling absolutely nothing. I see you collecting courses, buying books, hiring coaches, thinking you need more information to change your life. But what if I told you that information isn't your problem? What if the thing keeping you stuck has nothing to do with what you know and everything to do with who you think you're allowed to become? I'm about to share the exact 7-step blueprint that transformed my life from overthinking perfectionist, caught in the purgatory between who I've been and who I'm meant to become, to living my most unstoppable reality. And more importantly, I'm going to expose why most brilliant women never make this transformation, even when they desperately want to. By the end of this video, you'll understand why becoming unstoppable isn't about grinding yourself into burnout or hustling until you break. It's about finally becoming who you already are beneath the layers of doubt, people-pleasing, and limiting stories. Because let's talk about the greatest tragedy I see playing out in the brilliant women's lives. The prison of potential. That gap between where you know you're capable of and what you're actually creating in your life right now. Here's the uncomfortable truth that most mindset coaches won't tell you. Information isn't your problem. You already know enough. I know you already know what you need to do and where you want to go in life. And you've probably consumed enough podcasts, books, and Instagram wisdom to launch 10 different dream lives. The real reason most women never become unstoppable has nothing to do with knowledge and everything to do with identity. Your subconscious, that primal part of your brain that runs 95% of your decisions, is designed for one thing only, and that is survival, not transformation. It's programmed to keep you safe in the familiar, even if the familiar is mediocrity, self-doubt, or settling for less than you desire. "But I really want to change," you insist. And consciously, I know you do, but subconsciously, your subconscious is terrified of who you might become if you actually stepped into your full power. Because unstoppable women disrupt. They outgrow relationships, they speak uncomfortable truths, they prioritize their desires, they risk rejection, they face judgment. And your nervous system interprets all of these potential outcomes as threats, activating ancient survival mechanisms that manifest as procrastination, perfectionism, and the endless cycle of planning without executing. This is the difference between the old paradigm of unstoppability. True unstoppability has 3 pillars. First is soul clarity, connecting to your deepest truth beyond the noise of what you think you should want. Second is embodied confidence. And the third is aligned action, taking soul-led steps that compound into transformation instead of forcing yourself through willpower alone. Most women focus exclusively on the third pillar, which is action, without addressing the internal landscape that creates sustainable change. That's why they start and stop riding the motivation roller coaster instead of creating true momentum. The most counterintuitive truth? Sometimes slowing down is the fastest path to becoming unstoppable. When you pause to align with your soul, address the subconscious blocks, and create internal congruence, your actions become supercharged with intention. And I am speaking from the deepest, most sincere, raw, real reality that has come to me. And this is something that you will have to come back to over and over and over again in your life. But it is absolutely worth it because of the amount of joy and clarity and passion and drive that you will get from doing this. So with that, let me break down the exact 7 steps. Step 1 is soul-led vision casting. Your future is not something that happens to you. It's something you create through intentional vision. Most women set goals based on what they think is possible or practical. But becoming unstoppable requires you to dream beyond your current limitations. Here's what you need to do. Close your eyes and imagine meeting your future self 3 years from now. The vision of you who has become truly unstoppable. Do not rush this. Sit with her. Notice how she moves, speaks, carries herself. What has she accomplished? What has she realized? How does she spend her mornings and who surrounds her? And really have fun with this. What kind of person could you become if you didn't let anyone's thoughts, opinions, even your own, stop you or get in the way of what you really want out of this world? Play with all the possibility that this world has to offer, and then get ready for the quantum leap. Instead of seeing this as a distant future self, recognize that she exists right now as a potential reality. Your job isn't to become her someday, it's to embody her energy today. Step 2 is shadow integration. Here's what manifestation teachers won't tell you. You cannot become unstoppable while running from your shadows. Those parts you've deemed unacceptable, your anger, grief, selfishness, ambition, sensuality, don't disappear when ignored. They go underground, sabotaging your conscious desires with unconscious resistance. The unstoppable women don't bypass their darkness. They alchemize it into power. Ask yourself, what parts of myself have I been trying to fix, hide, or overcome? What emotions feel dangerous to fully express? Integration isn't about perfecting yourself, it's about reclaiming the energy you've spent fighting yourself. Step 3 is energy alignment. Becoming unstoppable isn't just mental, it's neurological. Your nervous system must feel safe with the visibility, responsibility, and the power you're stepping into. Most women try to force their nervous system into expansion through willpower alone, then wonder why they self-sabotage right before breakthrough. Your subconscious experiences rapid change as danger, triggering protection mechanisms that look like resistance but are actually attempts at safety. Start with this practice. Each morning, place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Take 3 deep breaths and say aloud, "It is safe for me to become all that I am. It is safe for me to be seen. It is safe for me to succeed." Step 4 is unstoppable habits. Create your unstoppable morning trinity. I have a whole video dedicated to creating your morning routine that is customizable to you, that does not cost any money, and that helps to align your entire day around the goals that actually matter to you. So definitely go ahead and watch this video if you want to learn more about it, because consistency trumps intensity for this. 5 minutes of aligned action daily creates more momentum than hours of sporadic effort. Step 5 is sacred boundaries. Show me a woman who can't say no, and I'll show you a woman whose biggest dreams will never be realized. Becoming unstoppable requires becoming unavailable to energy drains, to comparison, and to other agendas for your life. Create your not anymore list. Then create your from now on declarations. Step 6 is quantum commitment. There comes a point where you must make a decision so definitive that it alters the fabric of your reality. This can show up as all of these different examples above, but the universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you're committed to. And the commitment isn't proven by words, but by actions that close the back door on retreat. Step 7 is unstoppable community. Show me your 5 closest friends and I'll show you your future. Your brain has mirror neurons that cause you to unconsciously adapt the beliefs, habits, and limitations of those you spend time with. If everyone around you is playing small, your subconscious receives the message, this is what's normal and this is what's possible for you. So ruthlessly create your social environment. Join masterminds, attend retreats, hire mentors, create accountability partnerships with those playing at your desired level. Now, as someone who has suffered with severe social anxiety and has read countless books on how to socialize, how to communicate, all the good things, I had a very traumatic childhood, and let's just say being neglected was definitely an understatement. So I completely understand if you're coming at this as someone who is potentially scared or nervous to go up to other women and to make friendships with, but I have a whole video here that you can learn about how I overcame this and ways to find actual healthy community, because having other women supporting you is just so transformative, and it's going to take a while for you to find your tribe, especially if it's new to you. But as long as you don't give up and you hold out hope, you will find your community. And here's just what I need you to understand. Knowledge without application is merely entertainment. The gap between where you are and where you want to be isn't filled with more information, it's bridged by implementation. Becoming unstoppable isn't about becoming someone new, it's about removing the layers of conditioning, healing the wounds of limitation, and returning to the truth of who you've always been. You were born unstoppable. You arrived in this world with no concept of limitation, with pure creative force pulsing through your veins. Your work now isn't to create that power, but to remember and reclaim it. What's the first step you'll take today to begin this journey back into your unstoppable nature? Comment below with your commitments, because I want to witness and celebrate you stepping into your power. If this video spoke to your soul, subscribe, because we are just getting started on this journey of becoming. Remember, you are not here to play small, to shrink, or to apologize for your power. You are here to become a living, breathing manifestation of what's possible when a woman decides to become unstoppable. And that journey begins right now with a single decision to stop waiting and start becoming. Your unstoppable self is ready. The question is, are you?